Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to give you some 2-3 offensive set basketball plays that are going up against a man-to-man defense. I'm just going to share my struggles right now. I was just recording earlier outside, it's like 40 degrees Celsius, now I'm in my basement recording, and it's like 6 Celsius down here, because it's cold. Okay, so first in this basketball play, what we are going to have is having player 2. He's going to be setting a screen down for player 4, and we're going to be having player 5 setting a back screen on player 3. Player 1's going to have a decision now. What's going to happen is player 3 is going to be using that screen. He's going to be cutting towards the rim. If he's open, he could be open for the layup. And then we're also going to have player 4 who may be open for a 3-point shot. So this is going to give you 2 opportunities right off the bat. If neither of these players are open, if player 5 was to switch off, what I want to have done right now is for player 3 to continue through and let player 5 isolate against player 3, because that's going to be a mismatch no matter what. If there was no switch and player 3 was able to get through and both player 4 and player 3 are covered, or at least sufficiently covered, what we're going to have now is player 4 setting a screen for player 1, and we're going to be having player 2 popping out towards the 3-point line. Player 3 is going to continue out, and we're going to have player 5 popping out, and now player 1 is going to use player 4 as a screen and roll, and now player 1 could take his shot, or he could pass to player 4 as an option for a layup. Now in this second basketball play I'm going to show you, we're going to have player 2. He's going to go and screen for player 1. At this time, we're going to have player 3 moving down towards the low post, and he's going to be setting up a staggered screen with player 5. Now, this staggered screen is going to be for player 4. He's going to be popping out towards this corner. Meanwhile, this is going to be a screen and roll. So now, player 2 may be open, cutting towards the rim. So now we have a couple of different options. We're going to have possibly player 1 open for a 3-point shot. We're going to have possibly player 4 open for a 3-point shot. We may have player 2 open, rolling towards the basket, where now he could be open for that mid-range shot. However, what you might see here as well is player 5 and 3, they may be dropping off to try and stop player 2 from making that shot. If only one leaves, then we may have player 3 open in that low post, just a quick bounce pass or a lob over to him. Or if both players collapse on him as a mistake, now he could pass to either one of those players for a layup or a dunk or whatever may be, depending on your team's age group. Now what's going to happen in this next play, what we're going to have is player 1 doing a dribble handoff with player 2. Player 2 is going to receive that ball, and from there, where player 5 at the same time is going to be setting a screen for player 3. Player 3 is going to be using that screen, and now one of 2 things can happen. We can have possibly player 1 rolling towards the basket, where he may be open for a layup, or player 2 could be open for a 3-point shot. Player 3 may also be open for a 3-point shot. Now, with player 1 getting that ball, 2 things are going to happen, or one of 2 things are going to happen. If player 4 comes over to play help defense because no team at all wants to have easy points in the key, player 4 could be open in the mid-range or the 3-point line, or he could be cutting baseline where he could get a layup. The other option is we could have player 5 dropping off, which now player 5 can now cut towards the rim, especially after sealing player 3, where now player 1 can pass player 5 the ball for an easy layup. Now in our 4th of 5 plays I'm going to show you today, we're going to be having player 2 setting a screen down for player 4. At the same time, we're going to be having player 4 running up towards the point, and player 3 and 1 coming together for a dribble handoff. Player 3 is going to get that ball, and player 5 is going to be sneaking up. At this time, player 3 is going to be using that screen. He could take that 3-point shot. Player 4 may also be open for a 3-point shot. Or what could happen is we can now have player 5 setting a screen, and now this could be kind of like a weak side, sort of like a weak side lob, where either player 3 can lob him the ball or player 4 could lob him the ball for a layup. Now this fifth play is a kind of a complicated play. I would actually say this would be great for a high school team. And what we're going to have is a dribble handoff right up top. Once that dribble handoff finishes, we're going to have now player 1 setting a screen for player 4, and player 3 and 2 are going to come together for a dribble handoff. Once player 3 gets that ball, we're going to be having player 5 popping out towards the 3-point line, where now player 3 is going to continue through. Now, of course, off of all these dribble handoffs, they could be open for a 3-point shot. But meanwhile, off of this screen, we're going to have now player 4 and 3 come together for a dribble handoff. Now what's going to happen is once player 4 gets that ball, we're going to now have, of course, another opportunity for 4 to have a 3-point shot. This is almost like the wheel offense, actually. And now we're going to have player 2 setting a screen for player 5, who's going to be now cutting towards the rim or towards the mid-range area, this elbow, where he can be open for a mid-range shot. Meanwhile, I would want to see player 3 continuing out, and then if player 5 was taking a shot or player 4 was taking a shot, I would have player 3 crash the boards, player 1 crash the boards, 2 crash the boards, and in this case, player 5 crash the boards, and you are definitely going to get yourself an offensive rebound when you have 4 offensive players around the rim. Now, if this ends up being a long rebound, this can hurt you, but if your team does not give up many long rebounds, you're going to get an offensive rebound and you're going to get a layup if you miss that shot. Now, I hope that these plays help you win more games. If they do, let us know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And also, I'll see you guys again later on today in our second video of the day.